Hi YouTubers, this video has been done before by other people, but I thought I'd rehash it just to see if anybody else is interested. And the subject is the difference between a scientific theory and just a run-of-the-mill bog standard theory. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is explain the scientific method, which then will explain how something becomes a scientific theory. Now, there are certain steps you have to take during this, and the first step to producing a scientific theory is to ask a question. So the question might be, does it hurt if I drop a brick on my foot? Which, yes, we obviously know that does, but if you assume that we don't know that, then that will be the question. Now, the next step in this method is to do some background research. So that would mean finding out from other people whether this experiment's been performed before and any information you can find regarding that particular event. Okay, and the next step would be to construct a hypothesis. So in this example, the hypothesis would be that if I drop a brick on my foot, it's going to hurt. That's the hypothesis. Okay, and the next thing you would do is to test the hypothesis by doing an experiment. So in this case, I would drop a brick on my foot, and obviously that is a test to see if it hurts. Okay, the next step is to analyse the data and draw up a conclusion. Okay, so you analyse the data. So the data is that on this experiment, dropping a brick on my foot, did it hurt? The answer is yes. That is your conclusion. Okay, and the final step is to communicate your results. Now this is where peer review comes in. You draw up a hypothesis, or you draw up a conclusion, you then send that out into the world, and it is peer reviewed, which means that other scientists, other people will test that theory, and if the results come back the same, that theory is then considered proven, so it will become a scientific theory. If, however, lots of people do that experiment and discover that the results are completely spurious and don't match up, then that theory is rejected, because obviously it is untrue because it doesn't work all of the time, or most of the time. Okay, now the difference between that and a run-of-the-mill theory, as a creationist or proponent of intelligent design would use, a proponent of intelligent design says, okay, they asked the question, does God exist? And then they construct a hypothesis, missing out the step doing any background research really, because the Bible is the only book they can use. Okay, so they basically say, okay, the hypothesis, yes, God exists. And then they analyse their data, they do no experiments in between, and they draw up a conclusion that yes, that's true, he does, because we say he does. And that's basically what they do. So there is a complete difference between the two types of theory. Now, proponents of intelligent design will argue that it's just a theory, and that evolution is just a theory, and that intelligent design is a theory as well. But as I've just demonstrated there, that evolution is a scientifically proven theory and intelligent design has no evidence whatsoever. So basically that is the case. And as far as it should be concerned, this argument should probably really be over. Intelligent design is a crock, and evolution is actually been proven. It's not just a scientific hypothesis anymore, it's a fact. And that's it. Okay, bye.